Salani everybody, I am Corvus Bruxo Luggenikos and this is Starting Off Solitary. Today, which I feel will be pretty late, I'm talking about using fictional deities, if I recall correctly, as this week's topic. First, I apologize for any background noise that you may experience. This is a messy room that I'm in, but I'm improvising where to film. So, fictional deities. I don't know where I'm getting myself into, but I am gonna be the disagreeing voice I feel in the week. Because, where do I start? The simple fact of saying fictional to me is to some degree troublesome, because fictional implies that it isn't real, that it is made up, that it's not authentic. So the difference that I see between a pantheon and fictional deities, which some may ask, what's the difference? Why do you disagree? The difference to me is that a pantheon or a religion or a religious movement or whatever you call it, it is the attempt and the effort of trying to grasp what's in the invisible world and how. It can be accurate or not accurate, or real or unreal, but it is an effort to grasp a reality. While when you make a fictional world or a fantasy world or a fictional character, you're assuming from start that they're not something real, and you're not trying to attempt to depict a reality as it is. That's the first difference, and the reason why I kind of do not agree with using fictional deities. And it shouldn't be said, but I'm gonna say it just in case. I respect everybody's choices as long as they don't directly harm anybody. You can do whatever you want, but I'm here to give my opinion, so that's what I'm giving. It doesn't mean that if you use fictional deities, it doesn't mean that I'm saying you're shit and you should disappear. I mean, you do you, but I am not exactly sure that it is effective. I can understand to wanting to channel some fictional character attributes, but using them as deities, as a deity that you pray to, that you ask for things, etc., that to me is like a whole different world, because you know that the character is fictional. Then we have the fact of faith, number of peoples believing and all that. So even if you're not a hard theist and you don't believe gods in a literal manner, in a literal way, and you think they're just symbols or egregores or tulpas, which is the new trendy term, or basically entities that are formed, that are like thought forms, then you have the same problematic to me, that it is that in fictional characters people know that they are fictional. So can you create like a fictional god and create a thought form consciously? And yeah, technically yes, but if you think of the gods of centuries or millennia of people believing in those gods and then being like super powerful and now independent forms of thought forms or created spirit or whatever you call it, you have not so many years of knowing a character and assuming those characters are fictional. So in my opinion, even if the gods are thought forms or whatever, you have an imbalance on the quantity of feedback they have received from people. You have gods that people for millennia have believed may be real or not, and have prayed to and have asked for things and have received feedback from those gods and continued believing even stronger, versus characters that are quite young in comparison to the olden gods, and that most people that think about them as being fictional. This is why I said that I find the term fictional to be troublesome in terms of witchcraft, because decades or maybe centuries but not so many of characters that are being thought and praised and read about, but always with the mindset of this character is made up, this character has never existed, this character was conceived in the mind of an author. Even if they can be thought forms, I think they are kind of deprived of power because of this constant not belief but disbelief in them. So conclusions, you can do whatever you want, of course, and I'm not discouraging you to do whatever, but in my perception and in my view of the world, fictional characters as deities wouldn't work. First, because I believe in deities as being literal deities, and second, because even if I was proven that my deities are like thought forms or created or generated spirits or egregores of thousands of years of belief, I still think the situation favors the gods, and this favors a fictional character either created by yourself or created for enjoyment, for a comic book or a film or whatever, because it is fed up with tons of thoughts but thoughts that start off from disbelief instead of belief, as in the case of old pantheons and stuff. So in that case, I think they would be quite deprived of power, or at least would be at the level of lower spirits or deities such as the fairy folk or gennies of the land, or spirits, or that depends on your practice and your religion if you have any. And that's what I think. I repeat that this is my opinion based on my experience and my practice. Your practice is completely different, and if you tried fictional deities and they have worked out for you, then wonderful for you, but for me, and everybody's happy. But yeah, that's my take on fictional deities or using fictional characters as deities. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. Even if you disagree, we can have a positive feedback and learn from each other and learn from our positions. And again, everybody wins if everybody learns. So that's it. We'll see each other next Wednesday. Thanks for watching. Bye.